Hello, Galaxy. I'm Chris Perillo, and I really have nothing much going on tonight apart from hanging out with y'all, which I'm very much looking forward to. It was a busy day. It was a packed day. Good day. I was validated today, and that felt good to be validated, admittedly. So last night I printed and have successfully completed a Hera Angry Bird. Call it a figurine, but it's not really a figurine. She came out pretty well, all things considered. Not perfect in every single way. Theoretically, that's in focus. If not, I may have to move back a tiny bit. There we go. It's a little better. You can see her Laku hanging off the back. This Hera. Good Hera. Someone designed it, because I don't think we ever got a Hera Angry Birds. The only thing that I knew I was going to run into in terms of an issue is specifically how she was printed on the back. Just because of the way that the supports connected at the bottom, it was just going to be a little mangled. It always seems to be the case, specifically with this particular filament. I was totally fine with that, though. Tonight I am printing off some crates, not crate dragons. Now, everybody last night, no video. What do you mean no video? Nope. Wait, what? Is Krusty having a problem? Anytime someone says, maybe it's you, Krusty, not so much me. Did I find the pens? I have not found the pens yet, unfortunately. Last night we raided a suspicious tumbleweed, really. And right when we raided her, I got raided by Director Chronic. So immediately, as soon as I realized people were following me, like, why are people following me all of a sudden? I realized, oh my god, I got raided. So I did a second stream last night, even with a headache. I pushed through it because Director Chronic raided at the time that I raided someone else. So we basically recaptured that as a second stream for those who were just continuing to watch or thought that I'd moved on. I had, but I also came back, which is really funny because when I came back, different people from our community showed up in chat. So it was a very weird night, the two streams that went down, but it was fun nonetheless to be rated. I still don't know how I'm going to manage to do. I want to do a Star Wars raid train, and I've got to talk to people who have managed raid trains before, because the idea would be that we could do like a 12-hour Star Wars raid train and like 12 different creators, like, you know, someone who's into comics, or someone who's into the game, or someone who's into collecting, and someone who's into this, and they don't have to be on the same team. Just like the idea is that they're all strung together. The people that are, you know, interested in Star Wars. But the problem is that there's not a program, not an app that can effectively manage something like that for you, which is depressing because I know absolutely no developers who can help with it. So it's very manual, which can be very frustrating. So anyway, I'm still interested in doing something. It's just not wanting to sign up for more work. That's the bottom line, because I am mentally tapped right now. I am definitely at my limit in terms of what I can take in the average day, for sure. It was that kind of day. Good day. Very good day. But a taxing day nonetheless. Thank you for following Billy Sunrider. Very happy to have you here. Better to have you than Billy Moon Driver. Billy Moon Driver, we don't like. We decided we do not like Billy Moon Driver, but Billy Sunrider, well, you know, Billy Sunrider's following now, so he's good people. The only other thing I need to do is move the microphone a little closer to me, because I totally forgot. I've been yelling. This is the problem when I'm like multitasking. I have a little frustration that I need to share with you. I'm pretty much at the point where I'm going to quit comics, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but it's just I don't have a good comic shop around here. It's a pain in the ass to keep up with, and it's just not I don't. Despite the print issue costing about the same amount as a virtual issue, keeping up with it and managing it is too much of a pain in the ass right now. Especially with, like, I mean, I thought when I subscribe to Star Wars, I get all the Star Wars, but that's not the case because they have offshoots. And I, like, almost totally missed a series tonight. I'm like, that really pisses me off. So, thank the comic industry for pissing me off enough to drop pretty much every one of my Star Wars subscriptions. Shrug emoji. So, yeah, that's the big announcement tonight. Okay, so I don't have much to show. I got, like, there haven't been much lately. I do have this. I got it for Jedi. This is one of the More Time for TPK. Yeah, no doubt. I don't even know if I got all the Garbage Pail Kid comics. Because I got someone sent a couple of them, but I didn't get the Garbage Pail Kid comics. Nor did I get the cards that came with the Garbage Pail Kid comics. So I missed those. Completely missed the Garbage Pail Kid comics. Because I'm an idiot. That's why. Because again, it becomes a pain in the ass to keep up with. They make it so effing hard. If you don't live near a shop, it's impossible to keep up with it. So anyway, I got a Star Wars Barbie. I don't have a complete collection of Star Wars Barbies. We don't. Jedi's opened many of them, and she's going to open this one. I'm sure it's going to get torn apart. But I'm debating whether she gets this for her birthday or for when she comes home, or save it for Christmas. I haven't really decided yet. I have to talk to Diana, I guess. The only one that we're missing is the Wookiee, the Chewbacca Barbie. But it's a little pricey. So I don't know if we're ever going to get the Chewbacca Wookiee. They're Chewbacca Barbie, sadly. She's probably going to be the one that's worth $1 billion, too. But that's the case. That's how it goes. So, that's it. I told you, there's not much. There's not much going on. There's not much happening here. No, they're not back. They won't be back until, like, late July or late August. So, and then my parents are coming. Like, Diana's timed it very weirdly. Like, she's gonna have, like, no time. I mean, I suppose she doesn't need any time, but, like, there's too much to do. There's too many things that have piled up, that have stacked up, that need to have a little bit of attention. I've taken care of 99.9% of the things that need to be taken care of, but you know. It is what it is. I'm getting stuff done. Don't care. Parents are visiting? No way. Having dad on stream? I guess it's possible. I don't know. I don't know what the real plans are specifically. But you know, I'm still going to be streaming live every night, 6 p.m. And that's still happening. Still 3D printing something every day, 6 p.m. The regular stuff still happens. See, there's no disruption to your schedule. There's no disruption to your life. It's just me. So it is what it is. I slept well last night, but I was thank you, Sesam. Hi to you. I know you miss seeing the parents. I woke up very early. I was up at 5. I'm like, what is going on? I got like 7 hours sleep, but I was still up at 5. Got up, kind of prepared, and pretty much got to work in the morning. I pushed through a lot in the morning because I knew I had like several meetings this afternoon. All good. But still, like I was up early. So I'm still I feel a little behind. I'm energetic, but just a little, like a hair, a skosh behind. By the way, did we get a shout out for Sith Lord Brit? I totally missed it. I saw her say something. Delayed reaction here. I apologize. Par for the course. Thank you, Kurt. We did now. Well, that's what it takes. An awesome mod like Kurt. Krusty's Krusty's busy adjusting his AC. That's why I'm sitting in a hoodie, right? Because I got the AC on. Man Cave Hobbies! Buddy, I'm so sorry you keep having problems with diabetes. So I was, okay, take this for whatever it's worth, Man Cave Hobbies. Don't listen to me. Do your own research. Check out Nutrition Facts. He's someone who basically breaks down like scientific studies and whatnot. So nutritionalfacts.org. I will give you a link. Nutrition Facts. This guy knows everything. And he's got a lot of information about diabetes. So my recommendation is take care of yourself. And part of taking care of yourself is being careful about what you eat, and specifically something that's not going to exacerbate your condition but potentially help it. And nutrition could go a long way. Take this from a virtual friend. I want you to be well. You may consider listening to some of that. It may provide some degree of direction, may not. But it's all science. It's all based on studies and perspectives and meta-studies. So hope you get to feeling better. That's the best I can do for providing any degree of support. Always consult your physician, of course, naturally. These just may be pointers that you may want to look into. For example, Diana's been experiencing something, or she's got an issue that may be related to something that may improve that particular issue. And it basically boils down to, oh, she may need more of this vitamin. And so all we have to do is get like some kale every week. Easy. They have it at Trader Joe's. It's pretty damn cheap. You have a diabetes nurse. Fair enough. I'm just saying, have your nurse look at it then. Look, all I'm trying to do is say there may be something here. So I learned years ago, and I think I've said this before, doctors at least, they're not really nutritionists. Just FYI. I just don't want to see you hurting. I don't want to see you in pain. I don't want to hear that you're in the hospital. I mean, thank you for telling. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? Like, dude. You were overworked with work? Oh, that could be a problem too. Hey, Hollywood N3D, good to see ya. He has a book called How Not to Die. Isn't that awesome, Mark? Well, there are things you can do to stack the deck in your favor. There are. As much as Americans are all like, well, it's going to happen. There are many things you can do. Whether you choose to do those things or not, completely up to you. You have the ability to choose. Everyone has the ability. I am very much pro-choice in someone's right to choose what they do. That's me. There are consequences to your choices that you can't escape them. You want rights, you got to have responsibility too. That's not a political statement. I'm just saying. So there are many things you could do. Many things you could do. Oh yeah, Mark, the thing about book titles, don't ever read book titles literally. Ever. They're meant to be attention grabbers. They're pithy. They're sensational. They're made to catch your attention and to suck you in. That's it. Don't take it as gospel truth. Don't take it as flat fact. It's a book title. Trust me. If dig a little deeper into, the how far he goes down that rabbit hole, and you would. I think your eyes would be open. There's a lot of research out there, and it's impossible for normies like you or me to comb through. So that's where you kind of rely on doctors like Dr. Greger or Esselstyn, or any of the doctors who have treated certain conditions. Like, okay, look, this is something that I want to avoid. What do I got to do? And they'll tell you. If only you were with Intel. Oh. I wasn't going to go there, Mark. I wasn't going to go there. AMD's doing really well, though. Like, very well. Traveling to 8 different countries in 8 weeks. Oh, my God. I'm glad I don't have your job. Dude, I don't even want to travel to 2 countries over 8 weeks. Just 1. Oh, apparently Liz is ready. Okay, I listen to you. Liz is wise. Liz is the Yoda. Not as wrinkled or green or old. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I don't know Liz's age. She may be 900 years. I don't know. It is a distinct possibility. This is what happens when I don't have Star Wars stuff to talk about. No, he works for AMD, Kurt. I don't know if you knew that. He works for AMD. We're competitors, right? I'm Intel, he's AMD. It's like a sitcom. The crates are coming together pretty well. Or well enough. How about I dive into some advice? You knew that, but I switched to AMD in your latest system. Kurt, you have failed me for the last time. Did it work? He's still breathing? I'm under contract. I'm under contract to force choke anybody who does that. No, I'm not. I will say this. Like I said, they're doing very well, and I like that. I like that. I'm a huge fan when competition exists. I'm not a fan when competition doesn't exist. Because nobody's on their toes. Nobody's being pushed. Nobody's, pushing forward and one-upping. And competition is what makes that possible. When there is no competition, you end up with things like the comics industry. How about no sound alerts? Well, you have to complain to Robert since he decided to do that last time. Talk about not being able to read a room. Okay, so here we go. You can fart at the end of the advice, not at the beginning. How many battle droids would it take to kill 1 Jedi? Not enough, because I don't think it happened. Yeah, I can. We had this discussion actually between the mods. I have an opportunity. What I can do is effectively switch the screen or switch the view and turn off all the elements from Capagens to to emotes to chat to the PIP. I'm not too worried about it. I mean, even the fart, it was kind of funny. It's just kind of like, really? But I'm not at that point where I'm not angry. I'm not upset. I'm just like, let's just try not to do that right now. At some point when it becomes more of a thing, then I'll probably do something where I'll switch to a view where it doesn't matter what y'all do. Like, it won't show up in the video. But right now, it doesn't bother me. If only because, like, what happens, I'll clip out that segment, like I've been doing for some time, throw it onto YouTube, and then the people who watch the YouTube video, they don't just see a video of me talking, right? They see a video of me talking, and they see a printer printing, and they see people chatting, and they see, some degree of activity. That, it doesn't bother me, right? Even when it's kind of off topic a bit, it doesn't bother me. At least that's kind of how I looked at it. That's kind of how I perceived it. It is what it is. So I'm not, like I said, nowhere near concerned, nowhere near upset, nowhere near, I don't know, like, not fine. Just, I'm okay with the way things are right now. I'm okay with it. At some point, that may very well change, though. I will tell, when that changes the moment there starts to get a bit more traction with what I'm laying down. But with YouTube, the channel is burned so badly that it doesn't matter what I upload. Like, people have been commenting, they're like, wow, and they're very happy, they're very grateful, they're very appreciative, they like that type of content from me, but that's not the problem. The problem is that not enough people are seeing it. So I'm like, well, what's the point of getting, it's like 150 people, and like, I don't care. So, it is what it is. I feel I'm chill every night, personally. That's me. That's me. You and Chris are like chalk and cheese. What's chalk and cheese? What's that? Destroyer droids have captured Jedi before? Not for long. With those damn shields that they got around them. Okay, so... Give me a moment. Uno momento. Someone was commenting on my Garbage Pail Kid video. I love it. GC Laredo's got to love that too, but I don't get many comments on my Garbage Pail Kids videos. It's funny. All right, let's open this up. I got a few topics that I've got listed. What should I go with? What am I feeling strongly about tonight? Okay, I got one. Here we go. So, I've got a good one. They're all good, I feel. I don't think I've covered this in the past, but if I have, I'm going to dive into it anyway. I grew up in the Midwest, which explains an awful lot, although you may not realize it. I've grown a lot since being in the Midwest. And being in the Midwest, we have certain experiences, like tornadoes. And tornadoes have always frightened me. From a very early age, this unknown quantity, Mother Nature, something that you honestly could not see, because a lot of the tornadic experience that I went through as a child was always at night, seemingly after bedtime, right? Sirens go off, and you go down to the basement. You can't see anything, right? We had a couple of basement windows you could see out of them, the lightning flashes and the sounds, and this fear, this just gripping fear that you were not in control of what was going to happen. It was just dumb luck, right? Or just the luck of the draw, right? It's just random. I mean, predictable, right? I mean, Mother Nature, it's science, right? There are patterns, and it was going to play out the way it was going to play out. But you just didn't know. I mean, especially in the era where I was, or the era when I grew up, and certainly where I lived, I didn't know. I just knew that it was not something that you wanted to tangle with. A tornado. Right? It was very, very frightening, especially to a youngin' like me. And that was something that was a fear that followed me throughout childhood, into adulthood. Although, of course, you kind of get accustomed to it. You realize that there's a chance, but it's not, a high chance of it happening. It's not. There is a chance, but the probability is not incredibly high. Like, every time it happens, it doesn't mean that 50% gets wiped out. It's different, right? Everywhere, anywhere, wherever. I'm just saying. You get older, you start to realize, things that you were frightened of just aren't as scary anymore. Where am I going with this? I have learned to couch my fears, understanding that they may be realistic fears, balancing that with unrealistic expectations. So effectively, I do my best to keep my fear in check. I do my best. If you know me, and many of you probably do, I've got many fears. Many fears. We all do. We're human. We've got fears. Some are rational, some are irrational. It's rational to fear a tornado. That could effectively end everything, wipe out everything, right? An irrational fear is something that, you believe that every tornado that's bearing down is going to get you, right? That's an irrational. It's not going to, it's definitely not going to happen, right? It would be impractical. Or let me say, the odds would be very, 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 very high or low. depending on how odds are measured in that sense. So I lived my life and eventually grew past my fear of tornadoes by learning more about them. Exposure therapy, if you will, not having gone to a therapist about these fears, because I would dream about tornadoes, dream about them. And there were nightmares as a kid. I never really saw one, right? Apart from maybe on TV, right? But it was just this fear that I was going to get sucked up into this tornado, right? This fear. But I conquered that fear. Still, don't get me wrong. Still very, very frightened. You're not going to see me, like, if there's storm warning, I'm like, okay, I'm good. This is where I'm going to be. Leave me alone. I'm going to stay safe. I know how to play it safe, but I also kind of know a little bit more about what I'm facing, right? Technology's advanced, advanced warning systems. We don't get a lot of tornadoes in the Pacific Northwest. One of the reasons I love the Pacific Northwest, we have other natural disasters to worry about, certainly. They have happened. I've been in earthquakes before. Interesting side note, apparently I saw the movie Earthquake, or glimpses of it, as a kid. A young child. It was playing on network television back when there were only like 3 channels to choose from. And apparently that scarred me, and I was afraid of an earthquake. But in the Midwest, you really don't have to worry about that much. So the tornado thing was a real fear. I conquered my fear so that when it happened, I would be able to face it. Not just because I'm a man. It's not a definition of masculinity, right? It's facing the fear and understanding that threat and then contextualizing it and making a judgment call, right? As to what is a true threat versus what is a perceived threat. Right? You've got your rational fear and you've got your irrational fear. And as a child, many of us are dominated by irrational fears, right? Whether we've not developed the cognitive processes to effectively, accommodate the information and what's going on, whether we just don't understand enough, whether it's not been explained, whether, whatever those variables are, we're full of irrational fears, and some of those irrational fears follow us into adulthood. I'm just giving you one example, one fear of mine. There's, if you can think of it, there's a fear. There's a fear of peanut butter out there. There's a fear of the number 13. Like, you can think it's a fear. There are probably people who fear watching people streaming live online giving advice. It wouldn't surprise me. Not passing judgment. So, when I was old enough to better take that fear and not explain it away, but to be able to look at it and recognize, okay, some of this is warranted, right? You gotta keep yourself safe. You gotta keep your family safe. That's a rational fear to keep you motivated to stay safe. You don't want to be like running out and chasing storms like some of you do. Oh my, I can't. That would be, I tell you what, that would be a fear that I'm not sure I could ever, I don't think I could ever face that one head on. I don't think I could ever storm chase. I don't think I could. I will say that, as weird as this sounds, the movie Twister, I enjoyed it. It was a perfect movie for the time. It was frightening to me, but to watch it as entertainment, it made the, hang on just a second. Sorry, my 3D printing filament was getting a little jammed there. It made it more approachable, and took a little bit of that fear away from me. Didn't frighten me more. It was nerve-wracking to watch, but I enjoyed it, and as a movie, as entertainment. And I was safe. I felt safe, and learning about that fear, by deconstructing that fear, by further contextualizing all those irrational fears, you might still be afraid, but it won't be controlling you. And that's the problem with fear. If you do not get control of your fear, it will dominate everything. If you do not, and it's your responsibility to get in control of your fear. If it's crippling, if it's damaging, if it's keeping you from living a fulfilling life. And there are many people who do that. Many people. And when that happens, you have no choice but to reflect upon the decisions that you've made. So, when you let your fear rule you, you're effectively leaving that fear in control. It's your choice. Do you let the fear control you, or do you control the fear? Completely up to you. And it's up to you, but the people around you can't control that. They can't control what your fear is doing to you around them. You owe it to yourself, first and foremost, to get those fears in check. And I'm not saying it's easy. We all got fears. And there's some fears that I've learned a lot about. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. This thing is, I understand. But it's a fear. I know I'm not in danger, but I can at least operate. Because if I couldn't, there are certain fears that I wouldn't be able to operate. There are certain fears I have that would be constant. And that would just keep me from living life. And at that point, I'd be letting life live me. Letting that fear control my decisions. Letting everything that I do be dominated by a fear that wasn't really something that needed to control me. Because there are good fears to have, right? There are. Fear is a very important thing, right? It lets you know, like, there's something that's going on, there's danger, I gotta stay safe. But you gotta be able to discern what's rational and irrational. And I'm telling you, the more you learn about something, the more you start to recognize, I can still be afraid. It's okay. Fear's a good thing. But I'm in charge. I'm going to decide what to do, and I'm not going to let it rule my decisions. I'm not going to let it rule me. Does that mean I'm going to just face it head on? No, not necessarily, but it's just like, I'm going to miss out on a lot. And I'm going to destroy experiences because of these fears, and I have, right? I'm not talking necessarily about tornadic fears, other fears, right? Whether I knew they were a fear or not, like there's certain places where I just feel uncomfortable. I don't feel safe, or I don't feel comfortable. And recognizing that when I feel that way, like, okay, I didn't realize that I was doing certain things to effectively impact other people. And that's something that I'm continuing to work on, certainly. Especially when I realize, it's rooted in a fear. Why do I have that fear? How do I contextualize that fear? How do I address that fear so that it doesn't necessarily hinder my ability to enjoy any one thing? So it's an ongoing process, is what I'm saying. But the last thing you want to do is just continue to be ruled by your fear. Face it. Face it. Don't ignore it. Challenge it. Face it head on. Right there, just straight up. If you don't face your fears, they'll continue to chase you. You gotta do it. They're always gonna be there. No matter what you try to do to ignore them, they're always going to be there. No matter what you try to do to avoid them, they're always going to be there. The best thing you can do is face them. Control them before they control you. If you don't, you are your fear. Your life becomes your fear because your fear is dominating every single decision that you're making. Every single relationship that you're in. And I don't just mean like with like family, friends. It's a big deal. It doesn't mean I'm going to fly in to go storm chasing. Doesn't mean that I'm anxious to move back to the Midwest. I'm not. For many reasons. Not the least of which is tornadoes. I'm not a fan. a few years back, I was given an opportunity to go skydiving with the Army's Golden Knights. And I've got a fear of heights. Right? You know, riding in an airplane, turbulence, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm white knuckling. I'm like, oh. Not necessarily something that I ever saw myself doing. Skydiving. Because it's a fear. Not skydiving, but just, you know, being out there alone, you know, untethered, right? You know, floating and you know, that idea that the tornado sucked me up and I was out of control. And there's an element to that in skydiving. As much as you have the ability to kind of control your descent, you're still not necessarily in control. You can control variables, but you're free falling basically, right? So there's risk.
Carl3Man01 just resubscribed for 4 months.
Thank you for the resubscription. So when I was given the opportunity, my initial response was no, I'm good. And they kind of ribbed me, and they, you know, said, come on, it's the Army's Golden Knights. If you're gonna do it, this is the team to do it with. They do this, it's safe, and you know, all this stuff. And I thought about it, like, you know, when am I ever gonna have this opportunity again? Because I'm not a thrill seeker. I'm not an outdoorsman. I'm not someone who chases that kind of experience. I'm not someone who's loved that kind of stuff. Right? But I was at a point in my life where I was like, you know, sure, why not? Because I would never do this. Here's something I'm never gonna do, and I would never do it again. And this is a chance to do something and to push my boundaries and to give me an experience that I never thought I'd have. So I accepted. That video, by the way, is on YouTube. That clip. And it was a great experience. It was fun. It was a blast. Wouldn't do it again. I'm good. I am set for life. People who know me, right, even for a long, you skydive? What? It didn't kick off a lifelong passion. It was just that one time. It won't be happening again. But I faced a fear. I met that fear head on. The fear of heights, fear of not open spaces. I'm not agoraphobic, but fear of just, you know, being out of control and floating out there in nature. It's frightening sometimes. So not agoraphobic, not even close to it. I don't know how to describe the feeling. There's probably a more accurate phobia, but what I'm saying is, you know, I'm telling you something to face your fears after having faced my own. I'm not telling you to do it because I haven't done it. And nor am I telling you that I'm someone who isn't afraid of things. Nor am I telling you, you know, that I have problems sometimes with fears. But that's where I stop myself and go, all right, is this rational? Is this irrational? Or is this legit? That's where I calm myself down, right? I face the fear head on. Face it head on. See it for what it is. Don't run away. Don't ignore it. Because if you do, it will rule. Or I'll be like Yoda, right? Forever will it dominate your destiny. Yeah, Krusty, that's not gonna happen. I've tried with the spiders thing. I've tried and I've tried and I've tried. It's just, I've tried. And I have to face it. Like, I live in spiders. I mean, it's a given. I lay down traps. I see them loose every so often. I can deal with them. I have to deal with them. I have no choice but to deal with them. The weird thing about spiders, I lay glue traps down, right? I have glue traps in the garage. That's where I capture a lot of them. There's a beefy one, like towards the front, like not like, that's not the body, but like the leg span. It was beefy. It was big. It was on a trap. I'm like, okay, got it. Whew, thank God. And then a day later, I'm like, it seems to have moved. It's still alive. It's still alive. And so I was like, okay, let me kill it. You know, put it out of its misery. So you kind of sprayed it with bug spray. It's like, okay, I got it. And then the next day, it was gone. So I gave it like a week, I swear. And then sprayed it, which I thought was just going to be it. And I mean drown it. But it was not there. So I have a feeling like this arachnid is on the prowl going, I'm going to get that mother. I'm waiting for the right time and the right place, but I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him good. He's still alive. It is still, she, potentially. I am worried about that. I'm very worried about that. Yeah. Gone and angry is true, Mighty Bean. That's exactly what the spider, it's the spider's coming back. I'm telling you. Yeah. Not into the spider thing. Not into it at all. You do travel a lot. When I'm home in my man cave, feel safe and warm. You know, I feel something bigger ate him. I hope just by a PC. I don't think so, because it was inside, and like there's no way anything bigger could have gotten to it. The only thing I can think is like, okay, it was swimming in this poison, right? The fact that it got up and walked out, you know, it wasn't, they don't clean themselves, but the chances maybe that it got out, but then ate something, and as it was eating something, it ingested the poison, that it died somewhere outside. I don't think that it's very long for the world. But you know, the thing is glue traps. Glue traps, I learned over time, are the best way to eliminate spiders in the house. You lay them in precise locations. Like the basement, always, like every 6 months, I have to go and relay new traps to capture a lot down there. You know, we're going through and planting like lavender outside, eliminating some shrubbery, doing spray work, cleaning things up. But yeah, it's a fear. Easily. It's one of the bigger fears that I have, for sure. I think you're right, he probably escaped and died elsewhere. Yeah, there's no way, dude. Like, I can't imagine that thing surviving. He's not living on revenge alone. Yeah, but it surprised me that it survived for as long as it did. It really did. Like, it survived. So, yeah. You have a fear of escalators because an episode of Rescue 911? Really? Oh, man. I don't have a fear of escalators. I can handle escalators. I mean, I have a healthy fear. Like, you never know. And I tell Jedi, like, you don't mess around here. This is for real. Like, you step over it. No messing around, no jumping around. You step over it. There was a kid who was the mom let a boy like start to get on an escalator, and he fell backward. And luckily it was going up, but I picked him up immediately. I mean, I don't know the woman, didn't know the kid, but I was closer, and Jedi was right there, and the boy fell on the escalator, and I just jumped into action. I'm like, nope, I'm gonna pick him up, because you don't know, he could have, like, his finger, foot. That happened a few months ago. We went to the mall. Jedi was with me. I don't know if she'll ever remember that in permanence, but like, I'm not saying I saved the kid. I mean, I think the kid would have been fine, but it's like, I don't care. I don't care if I don't have permission. The mom was there. I was closer. I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna save the kid. Okay, I'm sorry. That's all I'm gonna say. Change the topics. Are you worried about the fear? That kid is back on the escalator again. What is that from? Is that Mallrats? Is that from Mallrats? Okay. I'm glad I got the movie right. Be careful tonight in bed. I trust me, I sleep. I used to sleep up against the headboard, right? That was fine. Like, I slept against the headboard, no big deal. Now, I consciously sleep like a foot or so away from the headboard. And the reason why... No, it doesn't happen every night. The reason why... Sorry, Sesam. Trust me, I feel ya. Talking about my fear. Last year, I came upstairs, middle of the afternoon, and I was going to put something away, and I saw, like, kind of like a shadow in this crevice of the dark headboard. It was, again, another one of these giant spiders. So there was a spider in the headboard, tucked away. I'm like, oh my god, it was huge. I know we got to get it sprayed, like, outside, like, in the perimeter, like, sprayed cracks and crevices and see if there are any nests or whatever killed, because they're still here. Well, they're not going away, but the only good spider is a dead spider. I know, oh, they kill bugs. I don't care. I'll deal with the bugs. Happily. But anyway, since then, I had to go to bed. I have to go to bed. What are you going to do? Right? Even if you sleep at the other end, it could be down there. You have to. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to sleep a little further down. Haven't seen anything else. Going to lay a couple traps here and there. I have some new traps on order. So I'm going to go through here real soon and replace the traps. Because we're heading into fall, so it's about time. You got to do that every so often because dust settles and they lose their efficacy. But they basically go around like, hey, trap, replace. Got to do it every 6 months or so. So, you hate bugs? Oh boy. You're introduced to large spiders around here. When I heard one walk across the kitchen, oh my god, Mighty Bean. Are you serious right now? Oh my god. Oh my god. I remember hearing about, there's a certain species called the aggressive house spider. I'm like, yeah, F that. F no. Where they actually move towards you. When they perceive a threat, they move towards you. It's just like, and then you're like, ah! No! You mother... Die! Oh. Yeah. Thanks for the Capogen, Krusty. I knew I could count on you. So what you hear is that I'm not going to Australia. That is correct. We're, like... huge. Like, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what I would do. I would probably have a stroke. I would stroke out. I would not survive that. The only spider you like is Spider-Man. Asgardian Wookiee, I'm with you. I don't mind Spider-Man. I know it's okay, cool. It's like, yeah, alright, that's neat. Doesn't bother me. But there's something about it. And I don't even know if I was always afraid. I remember having a dictionary that I got on a trip to Georgia as a kid, like 2nd grade. And I remember in one of the for spider there was a picture of it. It was just kind of a little creepy. These 8 legs, right? And then I remember in my bedroom, there's a little spider crawling up the wall. There was something about it that I just did not like. So, woke up with a small spider in your chest. Oh my god. A jumping spider. Yeah, see, I don't want to think about it. Like I said, my thing is kill anything and everything. It wasn't my basement you were sleeping in, Liz. I don't remember that story. Is basically glue traps. And I mean, I've had people come out and spray. It doesn't do any good. Spraying in the house doesn't do any good. You still have the same amount of spiders. The best defense is specifically in setting glue traps. And like I said, downstairs in the basement, I'm pretty much prolific. I'm like, okay, glue trap. Can't have enough. All right, we got them planted. Replace this one, put it down. Replace this one, put it down. And that gives you every 6 months, it gives you an idea of like how many are here, how many are not here. Did I do anything different? Or yes, no. Many of the glue traps that I've had, though, admittedly from last winter, haven't had a lot. I'm happy about that. The spring wasn't as bad as it could have been. I mean, it still is pretty gnarly, or has the potential of being gnarly. But glue traps. So I've got some on order, like a stack on Amazon, to go around and replace here real soon. I wasn't even sure if they were coming in through the windows, and so I even set them up like, okay, let me set them up near the crack or crevice of the window if they're coming in that way. They're not coming in that way because I've laid them down in like 3 different places. I'm like, that's definitely not it. Vegan with glue traps. That's right. I don't eat the spider. See, this is the thing. I don't want to harm an animal. I don't. Is a spider an animal? Some people would consider that. Like some vegans don't eat honey. Most of my vegan bent is health-wise. That's the type of vegan I am, health-wise, right? So what it is that I eat. So I'm less particular about I mean, I will avoid, if I have a choice, leather goods. That's true. I will, if I have a choice. But that's not a hard line for me. But the health-wise, it's absolutely a hard line. So, less spiders and glue traps are just smarter spiders. Oh, Mighty Bean, I'm gonna like you. Mighty Bean is gonna fit in around here. Let me just say, Mighty Bean was a great follow, because Mighty Bean gets me, which is kind of scary, but very good, very nice. He gets it, or she, he or she. You get it. It's so kind. I didn't even want to think about that. I don't. But like I said, you know, you just gotta like. I would never be able to sleep again. I remember the first night after that, the bed incident. It was difficult to sleep because it was just like it was so fresh. But I did. I slept in the bed. I was there. You got to do it, and then you get overtime. I'm like, hey, well, it is what it is. Every so often, sometimes I'll spray up there. You know, not often because you know the fumes, but. Yeah, I mean, it's been okay. Pee the bed, spiders don't like that. Well, I'm not going to do that. There's irrational choices and rational choices. An irrational choice would be to urinate where you sleep. A rational choice might be to spray, not from your body, but some kind of chemical thing. And lay glue traps. So I'm a fan of the glue trap solution. And it's always, I mean, like even when the small spiders get caught, I'm like, it wasn't a big spider. But I'm like, well, it was a spider, so got that. Better than nothing. And surprisingly, I've laid traps that nothing got caught on. I'm like, really? I'm kind of surprised, but I guess that's a good thing. You just never know where they're going to be. And you can't lay glue traps everywhere, unfortunately. You can't. Yeah, I try to keep a clean perimeter outside the house. No sprays, per se. But like I said, we're in the process real soon of replacing... Or we don't really have any bushes right now close to the house. We've got a couple bushes close to the house. But replacing a lot of them specifically with lavender, just going full on lavender because spiders hate lavender. So like just rip them out, tear them out. Maybe we can replant them somewhere, but like get them out, put in lavender. And I don't want the threat of spiders because they don't want it. So my neighbor says, well, you know, bees like lavender. I'm like, I'll take a bee. I will take a bee. I will take a bee, and I've been stung before. I've probably been bitten by spiders before, but I can take a bee sting more easily than I can take a spider bite. I know it's an irrational fear, but 'tis what it is. You like heat? Canada's too cold. I could do Canada. Yeah, only honeybees, no spiders. That's what I'm saying. They love the bees. I'll do the bees. I don't know. I like honey. I don't buy it because every time I do, everything becomes a sticky mess. It's the one thing I can't stand about honey. It's just a sticky mess. Bees are lovely, rarely sting. Yeah. It's been years since I've been stung. Years. Kid, I think, was the last time, really. I can't remember. I mean, I've been bitten by bugs before, but we don't get a lot of biting insects up here. Honestly, we don't. At least here. Now, when I lived in Seattle, you know, we were renting like a property, and it was close to a lake, and that's when I learned that spiders love that, because bugs love that. Spiders go to where there are bugs. So what you got to try to do is basically eliminate that as a possibility. So I'm concerned. I mean, spiders may trap bees, certainly, but the lavender is there specifically to keep the spiders away. Keep the spiders away. Because so even the spiders like the bee is like, oh, it's lavender. F that. No, I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to make my neighbor's house more attractive. Paper wasps are nasty. Ooh, wow. Yeah, we've had some wasps around here. Not too many. You've never been stung by a bee? Krusty? Wow. I have. It hurts. It's like a needle. I think it hurts more than a shot, though. Because I've had shots before, but it's very similar to a shot. Very similar. Hornets hurt bad. Glad to say I did not know that. I mean, I've never experienced that pain, personally. Is it gardening advice and pest control tonight on the Daily Perlo Talk? Well, it is now, apparently. You've been stung by wasps and hornets, not bees? It's, you know, here's the thing. It's possible that I was stung by a wasp or a hornet. I was told that I was stung by a sweat bee, whatever the hell that was. Different state. We just don't get... I mean, this year I haven't seen a lot of flying insects. This year. Last year it was pretty bad, but this year it hasn't been as prevalent. So I'm really kind of grateful. I don't know why. Your friend Sam wore a bee beard? Oh, that's funny. I don't think I'd ever do that. Got stung all the time going barefoot in Illinois as a kid. Yeah, see, Iowa. I was stung in Iowa. Bees are fluffy and cute. We've got these bees around here. They're called... What are they called? Carpenter bees, I think? I was talking to the pest control specialist. And they burrow in the... we've got, like, shakes on the side of the house.
Toy Galaxy rated my stream with 46 viewers.
Are you kidding? Toy Galaxy? Dude, they're like one of the best channels out there. Like, not on just on YouTube, but on Twitch, too. Unbelievable. I love Toy Galaxy. I've said this so many freaking times. They're like the best shows to watch when they're, like, geeking out about nostalgia. And I learn so much. I enjoy it so much. Whether they're drawing or whether they're showcasing or talking and hanging out. I love Toy Galaxy. Is it who's here? Is it Dan? Who is it? So you're catching me empty-handed. They send their
Show
regards.
me what you got.
Okay, you're catching me. Okay, so I'm going to show you some stuff. Toy Galaxy, folks. I don't have a lot of stuff today that's new, but I'll grab some stuff. I finally got the right here. Oh, Dan and Greg, are both of them here? A Star Wars Stormtrooper doll for my daughter. I haven't taken it out of the box yet because I'm not exactly sure. I'll probably keep the box. Yeah, you know me. I'll stick the box in the attic. But got this for my daughter's birthday. The other day, I got this Thanos because I'm a huge adult fan of Lego. This Thanos Avengers figure, really, for $7. Costco is currently running a special on 3 Avengers figures that are built like this for, like, I think $23. I haven't purchased that yet, but I'm thinking about going back to Costco to get just that. My name is Chris, huge Star Wars fan, love toys, specifically Star Wars figures. I'm a fan of 5POA.
Jack Toiler cheered X 100.
Thank you so much for following everyone. I'll give you shout-outs in a second. I 3D print something every day, and more often than not, I'm 3D printing something for my daughter. Okay, admittedly, I got 2. One for me, one for my daughter. For real. I 3D print something new every day. More often than not, it's Star Wars related. Sometimes I print off, figures. This is an articulated Darth Vader. Let me go ahead. I'm gonna give you a look-see. For all you Raiders here, I'm gonna give you a look around, okay? And I don't do this every day, but I'm gonna do this because this is a wonderful community from Toy Galaxy. And like I said, I'm not just saying this. Like, when they tweet out something, I'm like, y'all gotta watch. I accelerate their tweets all the time because in relation to when I see them in relation to the streams that they do on Twitch. I love how interactive they are, and I love the content because I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. Not just saying that. For real. And you can ask them, too. So I'm going to go ahead and start something here. You're going to hear double audio for a moment. I don't know. Let me see here. Let me go ahead and try something before I do that. I'm gonna do it so I can split chat, and so I can see chat while at the same time broadcasting. So I'm gonna take you on a little tour. Y'all are gonna get a little tour here if you don't mind. You're gonna hear double audio. But this is what I call the play shop. And this is where I get most of my playing done, my work and playing. Can't really necessarily walk up close to everything. But there are the shelves behind me. I'm a Vader focus. Yes, there's a lot of dust. I decided to collect dust years ago. So there is an echo. I warned you. More Vader over here. Vader figures. Vader as far as the eye can see. Definitely more Vader over here. I've got the vintage run of figures up there. Star Wars figures, yes. C9 condition or above, complete. Including a few variants. All the way through to Yak Face. Arcade machine, it does work. I don't have it plugged in right now, although the white on the monitor, unfortunately, it seems to be shot. Over here, I've got, you know, collections beyond Vader, like Mandalorians. I've got to find acrylic shelves, unfortunately, to better optimize the space at some point. But I don't know where those shelves might be, where to find the most effective acrylics. I've got the retro collection stuff up here loose. We got space, right? And dust, naturally. These are new shelves as of last year, so some of the stuff is still getting kind of filled in. Yeah, Vader apron at the front, welcome mat on the bottom. More Star Wars stuff over here. Galactic Heroes, loose figures, largely females. My daughter, she can play with those. Some droids. See, like a shelf like this, right? Like I need an acrylic that basically runs the span of these shelves. That's the next thing I need to optimize space. Jabba shelf, entertainment, different stuff here. Right, like Emperor's Royal Guards. I'll show the Rainbow Vader in a second. I got like all the Ewoks, modern and vintage. I'm pretty sure it's all of them. Just some random figures. I got Chewbacca shelf. You know, it's like it can't just all be Vader. There's a Vader variant shelf, some bootlegs, but some licensed, but all colorful Vaders. Some random other fandoms, including Garbage Pail Kids, My Little Pony, specifically Weird Al Yankovic's. Cheese Sandwich, as well as Retgar, who he also voiced, Commodore 64. I don't know how that got there, but gotta move that. Just put it up there. Put it up there. There we go. Some autographs and stuff, but over here, again, Vader. Stormtroopers, because I had nowhere else to put them. Vader stuff filling out. A lot of this stuff I don't think could be some of these shelves I don't think could be helped by acrylic, but some of it because they're bigger items, but some of them I think could be. But yeah, you're hoping for a spider. I'm sure there are spiders in here. I sprayed the other night live. There was one up there, and I sprayed it. Oh, while I'm up there, there's a range of figures that I just printed. I did one every night here in the channel. They're all Star Wars style. They're all Star Wars figures, effectively. But this is where they went, the hologram figure collection. There's the Rainbow Vader. Man Cave Hobbies printed this for me. I don't think I would have done that on my own. But he did this for me before I got into 3D printing earlier this year. Some Pink Vader stuff. Astromechs. Vader. There's where I was sitting. So now, I'm not done. There's more Vader above the door. More Star Wars stuff out here. Everywhere you look, Star Wars stuff. So we've got some snow globes, and in here, I mean, like everywhere you look, Star Wars. Some Sideshow collectibles in here. Some shelves that are empty, but they will be filled up. Star Wars. Toys, collectibles, fun stuff everywhere. Some other things that I 3D printed recently, including the Frog Lady, Omega's forehead symbol, Hazian Smelt, Sith symbol, Boba Fett's throne, some busts back there. I did this one the other day, the Death Star plans. Came out pretty well. Not thrilled with how it came out exactly, but you know, for just for fun, that was good. Different shelves here, pictures. That's a print of Darth Vader handing a stormtrooper a little teddy. You spotted the Star Wars Micro Machine playsets. Yes! I don't know if I have the full run, but I've been thrifting a lot of them. I'm going to go downstairs. I've got some stuff to go downstairs that I haven't filed yet, really. This is like something I showcased the other day. Star Wars, Day at Sea, Voyage Through the Galaxy. See, I don't just collect the toy stuff, just like anything that is Star Wars that's compelling to me, like the collectible keys from the Disney store. There's some kitchen stuff that you can get currently, like Ross, TJ Maxx, and Home Goods. They've got like kitchen towels they're selling now, and kitchen drying mats. Kind of cool. Target's currently got a sale on the Star Wars stuff. They've got folders and notebooks they just put out the other day. Just showcased this last night. These bins have various toys that my daughter plays with, including Star Wars stuff. This is her vintage bin. I let her play with vintage figures, of course. She's got, you know, all sorts of toys, including non-Star Wars toys. Star Wars stuff in there. We got a Star Wars foosball table, you know, just in case, you know, we feel sporty, just like that. You know, it's Star Wars everywhere, really. Star Wars commissioned this from another Twitch streamer years ago. She still streams. Bonsai Baby, at Rocker. We've got a Jawa Sandcrawler toy chest under there, filled with toys as well. And yes, Liz is right. We came to this room because it's a showcase, right? Even though a lot of these shelves, as I said, are not completely optimized, and they definitely need to be, especially as the collection grows. I need to find acrylic solutions. So this is the Lego room. A lot of Lego Star Wars stuff, a lot of non-Star Wars stuff that's Lego, and some stuff that's neither. I thrift figures as well. I'm a huge fan of figures. Figures, if I have like a focus, figures is it. Like more than anything, it's just figures. Figures. Go figure. I'm all a fan of the figures. So most of these figures are not Star Wars. A lot of them are, but definitely not all of them. But any Lego sets that I've built, certainly the bigger ones, usually make their way here. So I don't really build a lot of Lego sets. I largely focus on finding the minifigures more than anything. But I'm an adult fan of Lego. There's more minifigures over here. Here we go. My daughter, I say, okay, yeah, you can play with the winter shelf down here, but please be careful with these other shelves, because this is what happens. Like this older, this is where it gets nerve-wracking. This is where you have to be very careful to set it down. I know I'm going to knock them over when I get to the point of finding acrylic shelves, because again, I could double the real estate simply by getting an acrylic shelf, and like that runs the length and the width of this, and I've got a whole new space to put, you know, more minifigures as that collection grows. Star Wars books, Stormtrooper helmet, various AT-ATs. Thrifted that one for like $7. It's a modern recast of that walker. That's a vintage walker there. I got thrifting for like $10. The big Lego Death Star. I've got a lot of Millennium Falcons, but believe it or not, I do not have the vintage Millennium Falcon yet. I mean, I had it as a kid, all beat up, but I've been looking for a vintage Millennium Falcon for a number of years that's in good shape and complete. I know it would be expensive, but I'd still be willing to do it. More shelves that are still kind of getting filled out over there, but, you know, filled with all sorts of mostly thrifting fun, mostly somewhat organized as I go. I'll take you, since this is the Toy Galaxy Raid. Look at that, more Star Wars. Since this is the Toy Galaxy Raid, see, there's the other Stormtrooper. I told you I'm keeping one. Here's more stuff in here, including a lot of Star Wars books, some comic books, the Funko cereals, Star Wars stuff, bags, Star Wars, the land speeder inside, and then over here, got R2-D2, C-3PO, Atari 2600 cartridges that I hope no one touches, because, you know, I'm trying to keep them in good shape. That's the full run of the text label cartridges there. And then up here, this is where I have my definitive collection of the vintage vehicles and playsets. Even though I wasn't a completist. I was only a completist as far as the figures went. The Ewok Battle Wagon is just, the only thing it's missing is the drum that I've yet to find. But this is mostly complete. But yeah, when I get the Millennium Falcon, I would want to put it like here potentially, or maybe even the Shuttle Tydirium. I'd put it there. In the Millennium Falcon, I think if I can find a good one, would probably go right here. This is where the Darth Vader bust was, the melted Darth Vader licensed prop replica, but I moved it downstairs because my daughter apparently got creeped out. So the vintage Ewok playset, my daughter plays with that. We've got an Ewok village that she's able to play with a variety of Ewoks. Everywhere you look, like I said, it's no surprise. It's Star Wars forever dominated my destiny. So yeah, that is that. We're gonna go back upstairs, give you an eyeful. Tell you, man, when you get rated by the likes of Toy Galaxy, like you got to go the extra mile. Okay, I'm about to echo again. There we go. Thank you for going with me on that tour. That was a lot of fun. If anybody's seen that tour before, you've probably been seeing it over and over and over again. See, that's the thing. You get to hang out, you may get a random tour when someone raids me like that. So awesome. So welcome aboard to the Robot Assassin, Toadog 0352, Barnsdale, PLD Annabelle, Apax, Kurt 2112, Make Where Play, Dak217, Elegant Eggnog, and thank you for following me here. Hillsy11, Silly Monolith, Lathy Arcanus, Davil23. Thank you, Dark Toy Lord, for cheering those 100 bits. Goblin1313, Bobby, FJD Own, Eclipse Empire, thank you for cheering those 66 bits. Dark Toy Lord, thank you for following as well. Drunk Dish, thank you for following. Play Where Talk Red, thank you for following. So basically every night here, I geek out. And more often than not, I'm showcasing new things that I find. And most of those things that I pick up are Star Wars. So if you enjoy toys and Star Wars and nostalgia and vintage talk, you're going to like this channel. That's basically what I'm saying. So welcome aboard. I live stream every night at 6 p.m. Pacific. Glad to pick up new followers, specifically from Toy Galaxy's community, because I'm honored. I'm humbled. Like, dude, I'm fanboying. Is that okay? Thank you, Man Cave Hobbies, for the 10 bits. I've got a Vader Time and an Aziz Light. What color are we going with the lights? I will turn them on. Thank you, Man Cave Hobbies, for the additional 10 bits. I'm a nerd and I like to rant. That's right. What color am I going with before I do the Vader Time? Rainbow. Fair enough. If I missed anybody else's chat, I do apologize. I'm not usually like that. Usually I try to read the chat. Hillsy1. Oh, fellow Seattleite. Awesome. I love meeting other Seattle nerds. I assume you're a nerd or a geek. If you're not, well, you're a Seattleite, so you totally get me. Seattle is home. I feel at home in Seattle. I feel like, you know, it's just the culture of nerddom is just kind of, it's acceptable here. Like, I don't feel like I'm sticking out like a sore thumb. I kind of like that. Thank you, Man Cave Hobbies, for the 10 bits. Eclipse Empire for the 10. Really appreciate it. Orm, Seattle, cool. You're out on the east side. Oh, cool. That's awesome, Mighty Bean. Very awesome. We got... Seattle is representing tonight. That's awesome. I am out on the east side as well. So, I mean, I say Seattle because, like, what are you going to say otherwise? You can see my mailing address for the wish list and the gifts are it's an Issaquah address. Man Cave Hobbies is going nuts over here. That's amazing. Okay, hang on. I'm getting my Vader helmet ready. I'm just like flipping through just to make sure I'm catching up. Y'all are just loving to pling everything, aren't you? Okay, here we go. Gonna do the Vader time. There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed a fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a spider that wriggled and jiggled and tickled inside her. She swallowed the spider to catch the fly. I don't know why she swallowed the fly. Perhaps she'll die. There was an old lady who swallowed a bird. How absurd to swallow a bird. Indeed. Well, y'all are loving the bits tonight, aren't you? As things are dropping around here. Dropping left and right. Search your feelings. You know it to be true. That's right. That old lady, ain't gonna hear from her again. You swallow a spider, that's it. Like, we can't even be friends anymore. Like, if you ever swallow a spider, don't tell me. Like, I don't want you breathing on me.
Goblin1313 cheered X 100 for Vader time.
Vader time! Thank you, Goblin! Do you want me to do a Vader time? I'll do a Vader time for you. Here. There you go. Thank you for those cheers. Wonderful cheers. Thank you very much, Goblin1313. Unfortunately, 1313 was a game that was not produced. I'm still very upset about that, though I don't really play video games. It still would have brought us a cast of characters that would have been unparalleled. Boy, I'd hate to have triskaidekaphobia with that. Birds and bits and raids. That's about right. You never know what's going to happen around here. Interesting short link title. Inventive aggressive ramen for head. Twitch is weird. Twitch is like very bizarre. Twitch is kind of strange. But that's Twitch. You stay you, Twitch. You stay you. Man Cave Hobbies, thank you for dropping those 30 bits. Really appreciated. So I took you on the tour. I mean, unfortunately, I put away a lot of the stuff that I've had as I get things, right? I can't just have them pile up, right? I accommodated them. I put them away. But if there's any questions I can ask, there's many questions I can ask. Any questions I can answer, happy to do that to everybody who's just joining tonight. You recently noticed that you can see through Vader's helm in A New Hope. Yes. I guess I never watched a decent resolution. It's kind of been bugging me. It's the way it is. It is what it is. Man Cave Hobbies is on a tear with those bits. Episcopalophobia? Now that's a new phobia for me. I'm not sure if I know that phobia. Is that a fear of dropping bits? Is that a fear of 3D printing Star Wars stuff? As you can see, I am printing Star Wars crates, but last night I printed... Glad I ducked out of the way before that blaster shot was fired, Liz. That almost went right through my head. Do you know how lucky I was to have dodged that? You're playing with fire, dude. Last night, I 3D printed this Hera model of the Angry Bird Hera. This was never actually produced in Angry Birds. But, yeah, we've got Hera. Uh-oh! We've got a hype train started. You know what that means? That means I gotta go get Emperor Palpatine. Yeah, someone knows what's up. Here we go. All right, Emperor Palpatine, you are on deck. Emperor Perillatine hates cats. Hates them. I'm gonna go over there, get him. Hopefully he doesn't freeze me like he did last time as he takes over the channel again while we're doing the hype train. All right, Palpatine, you're up.
You found 100.
I told you never to wake me when I am napping.
Man Cave Hobbies cheered X100.
And I was having such a good dream. I was having an amazing dream. And you totally destroyed it.
Eclipse
Completely.
Empire cheered X100.
So everyone out there, welcome to my hype train. I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, good. I don't like when you enjoy things. I only like when I enjoy things because I am evil. I am bad, and bad is good. And good is bad. Good, bad, bad, bad. Just channeling a little bit of Thumb Wars there. Just a little bit, just a tiny bit, just a skosh. Well, thank you so much for cheering us into level 1. Ooh, I just farted. There was a little palpy fart. Did you hear it? It was a tiny one.
Faceless cheered X100. Hype Vader is cooler than Palpatine.
What? Are you kidding? I made Vader.
Goblin 1313 cheered X100.
Yes, Goblin did. That's a good Goblin. You Fly One, thank you for resubscribing for 1 month at tier 3. This is the highest tier that you can get. You are officially recognized in my eyes as a Sith. You have ascended to level 3. But you know what? Level 1 is good as well. Thank you everybody for the cheers. I'm woefully behind. No More 3 and Man Cave Hobbies and Krusty 3D. Kurt Grosser for cheering those 100 bits and Krusty with a 10 and Man Cave is going on
You
a
Fly
tear.
One just resubscribed for 2 months.
Who did? Really? Unbelievable. What is happening? We're at level 3?
Paceless just gifted 1 subs.
Well, thank you so much, Liz, for gifting that sub. That's very appreciated. At least I appreciate it.
Kurt Grosser cheered X100. Time for a hearty farty party.
It was a my farts are so good. They are epic. You cannot avoid them. If you avoid my farts, I will find you. Alright. Looks like the crates that Chris was printing are done. Look at this. It's a perfect scale for a 3.75-inch figure. 5 POV. You shot a hole in Chris's phone. That's so good. That's so awesome of you. Yes, the robot assassin. I returned. I never went anywhere. People thought I disappeared simply because I wasn't in the movies. Well, I hate to tell you, but I was always there. Looking for my granddaughter. Don't ask me how I made, my family. That's a kind of a disgusting thought. All I'm going to say is that it happened, and I don't want to talk about it. That granddaughter of mine, she tried to kill me again, but little does she know, killing me only makes me stronger. Yeah, I learned that trick from Obi-Wan.
Fixum Dude cheered X100. Watch out, your granddaughter is right behind you.
Don't do that! Seriously. That is not fun. Do you see me laughing? I am not laughing. The lightning bolt thingies are not... They should be firing out of my fingers. But, you shot a hole in his 3D printer! That's not good. He's not going to be happy when he gets here. Good. I'm glad he won't be happy. I hope he is sad. He's a sad
cheered
little pathetic
X100.
man.
Spiders in your robe. Spider.
Are you kidding me with this spider talk? You're scaring me. Very much. Thank you, Eclipse Empire and You Fly 1 and No More 3 and Paisley's and Man Cave Hobbies. Who else do I have to shout out here during this hype train? Kurt Grosser. Goblin, of course. Naturally. Of course the Goblin, yes. It's going to happen. It was bound to happen. It happened again. Eclipse Empire. Who else? I just want to make sure. Oh, Celestial Feces froze me. I totally missed that. How could I have missed the freeze? I apologize. Let me go ahead and freeze myself right now. Thank you, Eclipse Empire, for unfreezing me. We've got a minute left to go at 86% of this hype train. Level 3 at least. Oh, hang on.
Kurt Grosser cheered X100. Go for Papa Palpatine.
That's right, I am Papa. I'm your daddy. Don't forget it. Thank you very much.
Faceless cheered X100. Spider Ray behind you. Spider.
Not gonna fall for it. Not gonna fall for the spider ray. Fell for it once. Not going to happen again. 99%.
No more 3 cheered X100. A big spider is coming.
No! You keep saying it, but I do not see it happening. 24 seconds left to go at 99%. If we get to a level 5, everyone gets 5 million Perillo popcorn. We are this close. Be careful, because Twitch closes out these hype trains earlier than the timer. If you're not careful. But you're this close. A mouse part away. Indeed, it is good, because I believe we have achieved a level 4 hype train. One of the better hype trains out there. This is weird, the robot assassin. But honestly, what do you expect? We're in a hype train. In fact, let me go ahead and hypnotize everybody to get us through these last levels. You are now being hypnotized in this hype train of sorts.
Fixum Dude cheered X100. I gotta have more cowbell.
Hang on. I gotta get through this part. Oh my god. I feel I have blown out something. I do not feel that my posterior will ever be the same. I tore it up. Ruined yet another pair of underwear. Just kidding. I am going commando. Because that's the way I do it. That's the way you should do it. More balls a good thing? I don't know. I do not have a
Faceless
cowbell.
cheered X100. Watch out. Spiders. 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 Spider Ray. Spider Ben Solo. Spiders.
I don't see any.
Kurt Grosser cheered X100. Blow it out your snoke.
I did. My Snoke is fully blown. You don't know what it's like until you blow your Snoke. My exhaust port, exactly. 59%. This is my cowbell emulator. It ruins my knuckles. Now you have to sing Seasons Don't Fear the Reaper. You have to. It's the law. It's Imperial law. By the way, when is Empire Day? Like, I know we have Star Wars Day, but when is Empire Day? Like, there's no Empire Day. What would be, like, 1138, but then, like, November 38th doesn't exist.
X100. Soon I discovered that this rock thing was true. Jerry Lee Lewis was the devil. Jesus was an architect. Previous to his career as a prophet, all of a sudden, I found myself in love with the world, so there was only one thing that I could do was ding-a-ding-dang my dang-a-long-ling-long.
You know, that was worth it just for the last line, Krusty. That was a very good cheer. A good cheer. Man Cave also in with a very good cheer. Man Cave's the MVP here. Look at this. Cheering bits left and right. Hope nobody's dropping right now. You'll be knocked off course. You Fly One, thank you for cheering those 100 bits. And of course, for the mega fart. Blasted right through my lack of underwear. Saved me some money. I wouldn't have ruined the underwear. You feel me? I think you do. Maybe you don't feel me. Fair enough. No! Why are you dropping that? Good luck with all the drops, everyone.
One shared X100.
I don't think it's gonna happen because there are too many bits flying around. No one's going to be able to land. Nobody. I am making sure of it. We're at 87% with a minute and a half left to go in this hype train. Uh-oh. We've got another cheer coming down the pike talking about spiders. The chat's delayed? No worries. That's what happens on busy nights. What do we have? Who's here? What's going on? Oh, you're all enjoying the text-to-speech, aren't you? We just gotta wait for it to catch up. As opposed to mustard. 90... Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I knew I was doing an awesome job. But now it has been confirmed. The circle is now
No more
complete.
3 cheered X200. The itsy bitsy spider went up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. Now the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again.
We've got 2% left at 98% at level 4. Almost at level 5. This close. Womp Rat's farts away from level 5. Gotta get him in because sometimes Twitch closes that early. Can we do it? Will we do it? Indeed we will, with new cheers from Fix'em Dude and Kurt Grosser.
Faceless cheered X100. Palpatine smells funny. Vader is a better singer.
Are you kidding me? You're joking me right now. I do not smell funny.
Fix'em Dude cheered X100. One of my favorite followers is Fucko the Clown. They rock.
They do. Where is Fucho? You almost got me.
Kurt Grosser cheered X100. We were singing my. This here Anakin guy may be Vader someday later. Now he's just a small fry and he left his home and kissed his mommy goodbye saying soon I'm gonna be a Jedi. Soon I'm gonna be a Jedi.
I love that song. Although I'm not really in it.
Aveline French cheered X100.
Thank you, Aveline French. Very appreciated. We're now at level 5 at 10% with 5 million Perillo popcorn on the line. You know you want it. Do you? How badly? Or should I say
This is where the fun begins.
It is. In fact, I think the fun began. Though it really does begin, admittedly, right around the level 5 hype train level. That is truly, I guess, where the fun begins. I guess you're right. Because it doesn't really begin at level 1, right? Then you get out of the station, it's kind of, yeah, right, we're kind of cruising, right? And the level 2 is like, yeah, right, we're doing it in the 3, and then 4, but like 5 is where things really heat up. That's why we pushed the pedal to the metal. Congratulations, Celestial Feces, for that landing. Almost picture perfect. And Krusty 3D for the additional 10 bits. I'm going to drop. Good luck. I'm going to make it. I'm going to... Wait, I am logged into Chris's account here. So I'm going to drop as Chris. My odor is shocking? Is it horrid 7? For real?
Paisliz gifted a subscription.
Thank you so much, Paisliz, for gifting another subscription.
Eclipse Empire just gifted 5 subs.
Unbelievable! All you people who are getting subs, hope to see you on a regular basis, including Kneecat Kitty, haven't seen them in a while, as well as Rinskier, who was hanging out just last week. Wow! Amazing upgrades that you have gifted, Eclipse Empire. We are now through the level 5 hype train, thanks to everybody's support. I promised to give everybody Perillo Popcorn, and so I will do just that. Adding points to everybody's Imperial accounts. The Perillo Popcorn, all 5 million. Now you can gamble with them. You can't do anything with the drops, though. We made it all the way through 100% of level 5. You are to be congratulated. I would take off my hood, but you do not want to see my bald head. It is kind of gross and disgusting. I look like a bleached raisin. Yes. Wrinkled and disfigured from the heinous attack on Coruscant. I tear up every time I think about that. Yes, it was a sad event. But who's laughing now, huh? Me. That's right, I'm laughing. That's the closest thing I have to a laugh. Don't make fun of it, or I'll go zappity zappity. I can't do it when the stream is running. There's electrical interference, so I can't... The lightning bolts do not come out of my fingertips. But you have been successfully hypnotized, so I will turn that off, and we will be able to continue about our regular day. Good to see you again, Kneecat Kitty, and congratulations on having a gifted sub for this month. Very appreciated for that gift. I'm appreciative, I should say, for that particular gift. Zappity, zappy, zap, zap, that's right! The lightning bolts came out of my butt, really? I didn't know that. I had no clue. I guess it might have. It is what it is. And I am what I am, but my name is not Popeye. FYI. I am going to go ahead and melt away. You've been given your points. Thank you once again for keeping the Death Star spinning for one more day. We've done it. Congratulations, one and all. I will see you again as I melt away into the Force and nap until I am needed one more time. I'm melting! I'm melting because apparently I'm still the Wicked Witch of the West. Man, I gotta find a different way to stay away during these hype streams. You know, getting frozen during those hype trains, it kind of takes it out of you, right? You know, you're going along and then suddenly you're frozen because Palpatine gets you in the Force. You're kind of floating in midair, right? Like how Kylo Ren did his thing on Poe Dameron, remember? And Rey in The Force Awakens froze him like that. That's what he did to me. It annoys me when he does that. They come out when you fart. Are you talking to Palpatine there? Amish Ace here. Just missed a level 5 hype train. Hey, D-Brack. Good to see you. Red pants indeed. These are my very comfortable Call Me the Boss pants. Darth Vader, of course. Now I'm in my habitat, in my relaxed fit pajama bottoms. I don't get clothes frequently. I mean, I was talking to Krusty. He sent me a link to an interesting shirt on sale. I didn't think it was a great price, but I almost got a Star Wars t-shirt because I had a coupon for like $5 off for like 10. And I looked at it, I'm like, that wouldn't be too bad. But my worry was that it would peel. I'm like, I really don't want to spend money on a t-shirt that I know is going to peel, you know? Because Lord knows, I have tons of freaking t-shirts right now. tons of them. Many of them I wear. Most of them I wear. I get through them, depending on my mood. Some of them I'm not thrilled about, like because the material's not as soft as I'd like them to be, so I don't wear them as much. But I got them like super cheap. Hey Avaline, day was very busy. It was a packed day, stem to stern, from the beginning to the end. I was up early, again sadly. Had a decent night's sleep, 7 hours. But I was up very early, and then I couldn't get back to sleep. I laid in bed for like an hour. I'm like, I'm up. And then I got up, started the day, started to work. I'm like, all right, these are the things I got to plug through. These are the things I got to do. Hit the ground running. And that's what I did today. As well as other things, obviously. Oh, yes, there's the link. Krusty just sent it out. Yeah, I find it difficult to buy shirts anymore without knowing how soft they're going to be. I've done it, like, with a good price. I'm like, okay, I've known this shirt, okay, to be good quality. I know I'll fit in it. I know it's soft. But there are some shirts I got last year that may need a few more washings because they're just not, they don't feel as soft as I'd like them to be. That's how you know it's a soft shirt. But there are times, like a lot of the Grogu shirts that I got, a lot of the Christmas types of shirts that I got are specifically, I got them cheap, but they're not as soft as I would like them to be. Personally. Give me a second. Just catching up on notifications. So, there we go. Any theories on the next 2 Bad Batch episodes, and do you think they'll have a season 2? So, it would be nice to see more Bad Batch. I think it's been an excellent series. I think it's been more of a prequel to Rebels, more so than it's been a sequel to the Clone Wars, but maybe it's a good gap, a good bridge. The question is, how do they continue to fill that bridge without, jutting up against something? So I would like to see a continuation. I'm not sure if they plan for the Bad Batch to last beyond 1 season, though. I'm attached to the characters. I mean, I enjoy them. I appreciate it. I love Wrecker. Wrecker's easily. Usually I'm like, I don't really have a favorite, but like Wrecker is by far my favorite. By far, Wrecker is my favorite. There's no contest. Everyone has their favorite, but that one's mine. I've enjoyed every bit of the Bad Batch. Like I said, years ago, I've said, my dream would be to have some new Star Wars in my life at least once a week. And so that's been nice to have. And when I say new Star Wars, like in some way, shape, or form. And so, yeah, getting new Star Wars stuff is like having Star Wars in my week. It keeps me going, keeps me happy. Finding joy in it still, and I also enjoy the show. So what's going to be sad is seeing it end without it really being replaced by anything, at least immediately. I think the next thing we have is Visions. I think Visions is the next thing staged for Star Wars content, and then later Book of Boba Fett. I'm a little jealous of the Marvel fandom because they've had a ton of content this year. My hope is that Star Wars works its way up to the same level of prolific production of new content. I want it 7 days a week. 7 days a week is a bit much. Let's say 52 weeks a year. Every week, some new Star Wars content. That's life to me. That's life to me. Stoked for the Wrecker Black Series figure? Yeah, Hilsey. I've got Tech on pre-order. Wrecker, I'm keeping my eye out for. I'd be surprised if they did not produce an Omega at some point. It'd be kind of a shame to have Crosshair and not Omega. Although I've not been happy with the Black Series figures that from the cartoons, evolved from the cartoons. It's not the same. Like, I really wish that the Black Series figures evolved from the cartoons, whether we're talking the Clone Wars, Bad Batch, Rebels. I wish they didn't have the likenesses they do. I wish they had the cartoon likenesses. I understand why they made the decision they made, but I don't like them as much. Because I look at it, I'm like, that's not my Sabine. That's not my Ezra. I can look at it and say, oh, yeah, that's my Hera. Hera I could see. Zeb I could see. But the human likenesses, yeah, they're too human. So, God, you've missed us. Well, Man Cave Hobbies, we've missed you too. Every so often, I'm like, we haven't seen Man Cave in a while. I hope he's doing well. So it is good to see you again. Because I'm still basically doing the same stuff. Printing different things, of course. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with these little crates. I think I'm just going to place them in random spots. Like, here's some crates that you can play with. Here's some little blocks that you can play with, Jedi. And she can enjoy them. You know, a lot of people are talking about it, but have I heard about the Activation Blizzard women workplace lawsuit thing that's going on? I've watched it on the sidelines. I haven't gotten too wrapped up in it because I'm not into gaming necessarily. I'm not following it too closely. So no, I'm not intimately aware of all the details. But suffice it to say, you know, from what I've read, a lot of it's not shocking. A lot of it just it does not surprise me. I mean, this stuff happens in a lot of places, not just the places that we hear about, which is the problem. And I think the more we have these conversations and the more we can set these, not examples, but the more we recognize problems and talk about those problems, the better off I think we're going to be. Because as me, as a male, as a boy growing up, I was not aware of as many issues as I'm aware of now. And that is unfortunate because that would have shaped me as an adult. And it has shaped me as an adult, right? I've adapted. I'm like, oh, okay, wow, I was not aware. And yeah, that could have been played out differently, which is one of the reasons I have a big problem with the quote unquote cancel culture, which is more accountability culture. Don't want to get into it, political and all that stuff. But it's like, you know, the world was different 3 decades ago. Not saying it was better, but there was a lot less awareness. And now that we have this awareness, now it's a different story. Now we've got this awareness, so it's not, there's no excuse, not that there was one to begin with, but there's awareness. And I think that's if anything, that's the win here, is just awareness. Like, whoa, I had no idea that was happening. I didn't, or that behavior might have been normalized at one point, but maybe it shouldn't have been, right? So yeah, I've watched, you know, a bit like that. As a male boy growing up into a male man. That's right, I am now a male man. I used to love getting the mail, but I didn't. But that was back in the day before I got bills. Now I don't love getting the mail. I think the last time I loved getting mail was when I was waiting for my vintage Anakin Skywalker figure to arrive after sending in 5 Kenner action figure proofs of purchase. Your best decade to you was the 80s? That's because that's when we grew up. You're always willing to learn, grow, and change your behavior, Chris Perillo. That is important. That is. You just can't. I mentioned this the other day in the advice. You can't be the same person you were 10 years ago. I mean, you can build on top of it, but you got to become more aware. You gotta change. And the thing is the people that didn't know you wouldn't know that you have changed, right? You know you've changed. You know you've tried, and it's not always easy with environmental variables pulling you down, but it's true. Postman Chris is black and white Jawa. It's true. It's so true. It's so very true. It is what it is. So we're encroaching upon 8 o'clock, coming very close. Hang on just a second. Oh, I gotta close that, don't I? I was replying to a comment there on YouTube. Oops. I try to reply to all the comments on YouTube now, because if only because it gives acceleration to the videos. It's attention, right? Who does it more tactfully? I guess it's a better way to ask it. Who does what more tactfully? Who's a better play on words, Krusty 3D or Chris Perillo? I don't know. I think Fix'em Dude takes the cake. Honestly, I think it's Fix'em Dude. Could you imagine if I was the same person I was even 5 years ago? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like people who are in it don't see it, but people change. And you gotta wake up and recognize it. And like you gotta understand. You gotta get a grip. You get older. You just start realizing like, okay, I gotta change something. And sometimes people change around you, and you've got to adapt. I'm ready to adapt. Like, it's not always easy. It's not always fun. But like this is what we've got to do. Like, I mean, you know, I feel that's important, but it can only happen, you know, on your own terms. But you got to do it in a way that it's not becoming more destructive. You got to do it, you know, to impact change and make things better, not worse. You just bought a rare vintage Japanese Star Wars shirt? Oh, nice, Man Cave Hobbies. You going to wear it? Good luck. You'll vote for me? Wait, oh, cute. Fix him, dude. Because we're both Chris. I've run into so many Chris's over the past few years. So many Chris's. I'm glad we all have different nicknames. For real. So I'm about ready to wrap it up. After that amazing raid and after the amazing hype train, you've capped off a very productive, amazing, fun day for me. DJ Ord is streaming, but he's streaming a game, and I'm not sure how y'all are on rating game streamers. Buana's he's still going. Mr. Boba Fett is playing another video game. Cineup is streaming. He's retro. He's doing retro, so he's hanging out. So all you Star Wars fans, since we got some new Star Wars fan, maybe we should pass everyone along to Cineup tonight. Would that be good? Another amazing supporter of this channel. You're a Chris as well. Oh, Hilsey, no. Oh God. All right. Are there any other people? Mind if we call you Bruce? It was a Monty Python thing. Cineup loves to talk, loves to geek out. I know we rate him frequently, but you know he's getting his feet, but he loves to talk. Any taco streamers? That's right. Happy Taco Tuesday to one and all who celebrate it. I do not, unfortunately. I could, I just didn't, won't. Gonna make some popcorn tonight though. He is a Star Wars fan, as are you, Amish Ace. So many Star Wars fans, certainly tonight, and especially toy collectors tonight. That's because if you came in from Toy Galaxy, trust me, we are one and the same. G'day, Bruce. Is your name not Bruce? Mind if we call you Bruce? That's gonna cause a bit of confusion. Hilsey 1, Hilsey 11, you know. With this, people should not have lives ruined because someone found an old post online from like 10 years ago. I think it's accountability. I think you gotta accept I think you have to accept conditions and accountability and apologies too. I think that has to go around. I think enough of that has to go around. I'm sorry. I believe that I'm not saying everyone deserves a second chance, but my feeling is that the world is a different place now than it was 20 years ago, 30, 40 years ago. Radically different. And we don't accept the same thing. We shouldn't accept the same things that were acceptable back then. That doesn't excuse it, but that's my feeling. It's nuanced, I know. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and read Cineup tonight. There are other great streamers that you should absolutely be following. I just tend not to raid into game streams. Maybe y'all want me to. If you want me to start raiding into game streams, I'd be happy to do it. I prefer the chatty streams because I'm more interactive and I like the interactive chats myself because I'd rather pass y'all along to someone else who's interactive rather than someone who's just being passive. You know what I'm saying? And gamer streamers, some of them are good. Some of them are really good. Like Serpents is really good interactive Star Wars streamer and he's doing Star Wars stuff. And then Director Chronic, also very, very good. So taco stream in a hot tub would be soft tacos. Well, if they're in there for long, that's for sure. So here we go. Gonna raid Cineup. He needs it. He's a little bit of a boost. Gonna go ahead and start that raid. I love you. I appreciate you, but at this point, I'm gonna leave you to your own devices, and may the Force be with you always. Enjoy talking, because trust me, he will talk and talk and talk, and that's why I love watching his streams, because he will not stop, just like me. He won't stop talking. I'll see you tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Pacific. Go ahead and give hang on. Get your Perillo Raider emotes ready. That's what I was trying to say. Copy to the clipboard. Yay, it worked. Sometimes we make a typo. And we're gonna be Tusken raiding Cineup 76 tonight. In 3, 2, 1. And I always close the tab. There we go. Ooh, almost accidentally closed the thing there. The window. Alright, Cineup. Is he... What is he doing here? Oh, he's doing a quadrant.
Oh, Mr. Perillo.
Woo! Woo!
Alright, so I'm getting graded like crazy tonight. Just
really?
set it up. Welcome, people.
Nice!
Yeah, so...
Nice! Very nice. Love those sounds. Love those sights.